morning on this beautiful day. We're still at Quobba, well, Red Bluff at Quobba. It has been a constant procession of whales migrating from the left of the screen to the right of the screen all morning, and you can see them in the distance. They're just little puffs of water going up. There's one right out there now, directly in front, just breaching, and we've had a couple come in fairly close. I'll try and zoom in on this so you can see it, and if we get any footage from the air, I'll do that. It's a bit tricky, we've tried. They're a bit far out, but they've just been going from left to right all morning, and yesterday as well. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. This is the first time in our travels that we've seen anything like this, and we're here for another day after this, so it's fantastic. We'll get to see a lot more. I don't know if you can catch anything from what I'm showing you right now, but oh, they're right out in front. There's one just breached. So at Red Bluff here, I'll tell you a little bit about the campground if you're interested. It's $22 per person per night. I think there's a little bit of discount for the longer that you stay. They've got a shop, just a little shop with basic necessities, I think. They've got toilets. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
And this.
Oh yeah, and this. You certainly can't complain about this. We're just walking along to the shop this morning just to have a bit of a look. It's pretty busy, but you can't book. You just have to lob up and keep your fingers crossed. And they don't, apparently they said they don't turn people away, but I don't know. I mean, there is only specific spots, so...
Well, I think if you are happy to stay further out, like there's plenty of room if you want to be... Like
in an overflow area.
Like further away?
Yeah. And I think the further away spots, they don't have access to a toilet. So they'd have to either get in and drive or bring your own toilet with you. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. And, you know, although the waves look pretty gnarly out here, it's not windy. So we're in a bit of a bay, and as I said before, there's all these whales just passing by, which is incredible, really, isn't it? We're just quite taken aback by it. We've not seen anything like it before. So we've walked along the length of Red Bluff Beach, and these are the caves at the end. This is very cool, isn't it? So we've just spent a good half an hour to an hour here in the caves with the kids splashing around in the water. It's actually a fantastic little spot. I don't know whether the tide comes in here, so we've got to be mindful of getting around the rocks before the tide comes in, but Lakin's having a great time out there. I mean, obviously you'd have to supervise your kids, but it's fantastic. So just this afternoon we were sitting back at camp, and we saw out in this area out here a whole pod of dolphins swam all the way up to the bluff here, and they were just doing like circles looking for the fish. We were hoping to see some tonight, but I think they've moved on. And right round at the point, I don't know if you can see, right in the distance, you can see some people standing on the rocks at the top there. And that's actually where the surfers go out. There's a surf break out there as well. So a lot of the people that come to stay here at Red Bluff are obviously into their surfing. It's quite a big surf break out there. You wouldn't know from where we're camped because you can't see any waves, but it's pretty gnarly out there, I reckon. So just walking around in this cave kind of structure and realise that there's a whole bunch of shells and fossils and just coral all just embedded into the roof of this cave, which is quite incredible really. Over thousands of years of weather. I mean, the shells. It's very, very cool. It almost looks like someone's come along with a load of concrete and just stuck all these little things in, but yes, it's very cool. It's a little treasure trove of little rockeries and cool little caves, I reckon, around here. So we're going to keep walking and see what else we can see. Hoping to see a little bit more of the whale activity out here, but Paul said he saw some before behind the breakers out there where the surfers are. So we'll see if we can get some eyes on some more whales for you guys. Okay everyone, we've just ended another day with a pizza made from the little shop at Red Bluff. We've just walked out to the bluff, had a lovely day just chilling, which has been really, really nice. We've got a campfire, we've got a kind of a sunset. Wasn't really much sun, but we've certainly got the colours. Got a bit of a campfire, just chilling with a bit of a drink, and we'll see you guys in the morning. We've got another little trip planned tomorrow. We're staying here overnight tomorrow night again, but we've got a day trip planned tomorrow, so hopefully the weather plays ball with us. We'll see you in the morning. Cheers.
Morning. You live?
Out there this morning.
Starting with coffee.
Yeah.
Old mate here's, I don't know what he's doing.
Building.
That's about it for now.
So we've got up this morning and the sun's out finally. Oh my gosh. And I've just put the drone up and just got a pod of dolphins just where we're camping. And they've just come back. You can see them in the water out there, riding on the waves. They're right out here, Scott.
right in front of us?
Yeah. About 30 kilometres north of Quobba is another spectacular portion of the WA coastline that is well worth a visit if you're out this way. On a good day, Gnaraloo Bay is just perfect from crystal blue water, perfect for snorkelling, swimming and boating. There's only one problem that will prevent this from being absolute paradise: the wind, and today was that day. Whilst the water looked pretty inviting, the wind and current made it a bit like a washing machine, as we discovered when we threw the snorkelling gear on, headed around the point and attempted to get amongst it. As you can see, we managed to see a few schools of fish, but visibility was very poor and we were constantly fighting against the current. And as you can also see from the footage, it was pretty strong. Above the waterline, the conditions looked perfect, but definitely not below. So we left Gnaraloo Bay because the snorkelling was really difficult. past the 3 Mile Well camp out at Gnaraloo, which was packed to the rafters. Surf break out here is insane. And we're just going to go for a drive around the coastal track. The water looks fabulous, looks really inviting, hey? So I think the guys are pretty keen to chuck a line in, so I don't know whether that'll happen, but if we find a good spot, we certainly will give that a go. There's a lot of people out and about around here. Looks like a well-used and a very well-kept road. So we'll keep you posted as to where we end up. This cool little spot just on this track that runs along down from Gnaraloo to Red Bluff. There's Red Bluff there. The old Troops has handled it like an absolute champion. We have aired down and there's some real rocky goat tracky type sections of it, but you know, the Troopy's looking a bit grubby and chunks of dirt in places that chunks of dirt go, but overall so far so good. This is an absolute ripper little spot. I think the guys are just debating about whether they're going to go and have a fish, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, it's pretty barren up here. Gotta love this WA coastline. We were just talking about how it reminds us a lot of Dirkartog Island, the actual vastness and the barren sort of side of it, and the really wild waters. Packed up for an early exit this morning. It is about 6:30. Sun's just coming up now. Beautiful Red Bluff in the sunlight. How's that for a sunrise? So when we have an early start like we do this morning, we've got a big day of driving ahead. We normally do the majority of the pack up last night, so this morning it's taken us about 20 minutes to pack down, get everything sorted, and we should be out of here pretty shortly. Just made ourselves a coffee. This back table comes in super handy because it keeps you directed out of the wind. It's been pretty chilly wind this morning, so we've made our coffee on our little table here. And yeah, we're just watching the sunrise, doing the other little pack up, and we will be hitting the road very, very shortly. know if you saw that, but there were hundreds of goats in the fields, well not the fields, in the scrub as we are leaving on the road back to Quobba blowholes. We've left Quobba station, Red Bluff, and we are on our way out to the point where we need to air the tyres back up. It's a long road, hey? It's a long road, and it's pretty much the same scenery, but just to break it up there were a few hundred goats all just feeding on the side of the road there. I don't know, they're just wild goats. They don't breed goats here, do they? I don't know. But there was a lot of them. They all looked in pretty good nick too, so I don't know. Maybe they just thrive out here in the wild. So it's air up time. This will be the last time for the trip. We'll be airing up. We're at the King Waves Kill sign, the iconic photo spot. Lakin's doing his best to help Dad. What are you doing?
Trying to help.
You're helping? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Stuck. Loads of people leaving today. We've got our photos already, so we don't need to stop at the sign. This process takes a little while, but hopefully it won't be too long. So it's currently about 10 o'clock. And we've been up since just before 6, and I'm absolutely famished. So we're at the BP in Carnarvon, just fueling up, and I am off into the roadhouse to get something to eat. And if they don't have any hot chips, I'm going to be really upset. Don't normally eat chips, but God, I could demolish some right now. So the servo is flat out busy, and everyone will be heading home because it's the end of school holidays. So we're expecting a really hectic drive today. The wind is pumping, and it's actually only about 14 degrees. So I'm longing for the Kimberley again, just with shorts and t-shirts and no worries about the cold. It is cold wind, really cold. Anyway, once I've got some chips, I'll be in a better mood. So talk soon. Hi guys, we're back. It's been a long day of driving with all the traffic heading north to south. We've just rocked up in Dongara. We're going to find a free camp here tonight, in a bid to try and head home tomorrow. Well, we will be heading home tomorrow. We aimed to get as much of the driving done as we could today. So we've been on the road since 7:30. It's now 4:45, so it's another big day of driving. Everyone's really tired, so we've just fueled up. The fuel is getting cheaper as we get more south, which is great. And we're just heading off to our camp now, so we'll show you the setup and what we get up to tonight once we get there. Hi guys, we're back and we have arrived at our campground for tonight, the last camp of our trip, which is sad. We are pulled over in a free camp rest side stop, a 24-hour rest stop, and it's just south of Dongara. There's a few people in already. We've just pulled up on the side here and we're just setting up now. Look, it's near a road, but I don't know, where we were last night on the cliff tops at Red Bluff, it was the crashing of the waves all night, so I don't think it'll be a drama. I think it looks quite picturesque actually. It's so green up here at the moment. So we've got like a little area at the back here that we can just use for the kids to run around, and we're going to set up a little campfire and stuff, so it's quite pretty. It's going to get really cold, but we're ready for it. So last night
I'm not ready for it.
You're not ready for what?
I don't want to go home.
No, I don't either. I know, but we're ready for the camping one more night. So yeah, it'll be good. So we've got a few trucks going by, which I'm sure we'll carry on, but the joys of free camping, but we're not complaining because I reckon it'll be okay. We've done this before and we'll do it again. So Paul's just setting up. I'm just going to go inside and attack the barrage that is in the back. I'll show you how we set up if you want to come with me. Okay, so I'm in the car. When we get in after being driving, there's usually stuff packed up everywhere. So I'm just going to show you what happens with all the gear when we get into the car. So we have our camp chairs and a bunch of other stuff down there in the aisle here, which I will then get them out and I'll set up the other bits as well. So just bear with me for one moment. Okay, so up here we use the cushions to help keep everything packed up together, to make sure that we don't have any loose things flying around the back of the car when we're doing corrugated roads. So I will be putting this back on top of the fridge where it belongs. We have 2 of these size cushions on top of the fridge that we use as part of our seating. So what is in that spot right now? Camera bags and equipment. So we have a multitude of cases, charging stuff, GoPro stuff, a drone bag, a camera bag, and all that stuff sits behind my seat in the car, along with a laptop and a whole bunch of... We also have a laptop and a bag full of hard drives and cables, etc. That also sits behind the passenger seat, and that's because usually when we are driving, I'm usually doing editing and stuff like that, so I need access to all that stuff. When we're parked up, all of this stuff gets put in the front seat on the passenger seat, so that we can access the fridges while we're in the car. So I'm going to move all that stuff now. There are a lot of cases and things that we carry. Now, if anyone has a better way of organising all this gear, I'd love to hear from you, because it's a lot of stuff, and I'm always worried that, you know, you come away without something. So I just bring everything, which is pretty crazy, but you never know. So I've got my GoPro bag. I've got this fabulous case that we got from Amazon, which has got all the hard drives, not the hard drives, the charging banks in it in case we need extra power. I've obviously got the drone bag. Then I've got this whopping camera case, which has got all my lenses and my big digital camera in it. And we also have a backpack, which is pretty flat, that doesn't take up very much space. So I'm going to pass all this down to the front, and Paul is going to take it from me. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's set up properly. So I've moved all the stuff, it's all to the front. We just keep our towels on the bench there. This is just a fruit bowl for random stuff. Our pillows stay up here on the top of the cupboard. All of the stuff that has now gone off there is now over in the front. We obviously put the sunscreen blinds up at the front, so all that gear is stored away safely, and we've got access to our fridges. Yeah. It's all done very quickly. We've done it many times, so it kind of works. I'm just about to put the sunscreen blinds up now at the front, but you would have seen that before. So this is what our last campsite looks like as we spin around. Vehicles parked. We've got our own little roadside, off the roadside here, and a nice puddle.
Scenery's nice.
The scenery's nice, yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, cute.
We're all set up.
The cheese plate good.
Yeah, there's lots of food going on. We're actually using our contents of our fridge that's usable tonight. So yeah, it's just a free for all, and a campfire is
a lazy
happening.
dinner.
Good morning. Turn that light off so you can see me a little bit better. Oh, you can't see me at all. We're at our little roadside stop. We got up in the dark this morning to get ready to pack down to finally head for home. We've got coffee made. Paul's got the travel buddy on. He's got some cheese and bacon rolls in there for breakfast. We've had a pretty quick pack up this morning, so we're good to go. We're actually hoping to be home by just after lunch today, so if we get on the road soon we might be able to achieve that. And then comes the job of unpacking the troopy, which is actually not even a big deal. We've done it that many times. But yeah, overall, overnight stop, what did you think?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Trucks calmed down overnight, so we got a few late and then a few early, but in between didn't hear anything during the night.
No, there's a couple of campers came in.
People get in here.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was not a bad stop at all. So, you know, if you want to know where this one is, let us know. There's some fellow troopy people driving past this morning on their way out. As we took a long look around to make sure we left no trace, we headed home, looking forward to our next adventure. Thanks for joining us on this trip to Northwest WA, and we hope you're enjoying sharing our travels with us. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below, and please show your support for our channel by smashing that subscribe and notifications button so you don't miss out on any future episodes. See you in the next one. Cheers!